Welcome to What's Happening in Hanover, brought to you by the Town of Hanover, Hanover Chamber of Commerce, 91.3 FM Bluewater Radio, and Wightman TV.
Welcome to What's Happening in Hanover. I'm your host, Adam Olivero, and I'm standing here just on one of the streets just near the Hanover Heights Community School, where behind me, if you're watching on TV, you can see we have the road closed. There's a very important project that's happening here right behind me, and we'll talk a little bit more about that with Mayor Sue Paterson coming up in the show. We've got a lot of interesting businesses on the show, some new businesses, and we're doing a little bit of a sports theme too. We'll be at Johnny K Sports, Lasting Memories Locker Room, and the P&H Center here in Hanover. We'll also visit a new business in Hanover called the Food Dock, serving gluten-free smoothies and food to the residents here in Hanover. We've got a pretty busy show, so let's get her started. Hello, it's Adam Olivero here in Hanover for What's Happening in Hanover, and I'm just in front of Hanover Heights Community School at the corner of 13th Avenue and 13th Street. We have a very special presentation in today's show from the OLG Slots and Casino here in Hanover, as they're helping with the payments of the reconstruction here on 13th Street. So we're going to turn it over to Sue Paterson, the Mayor of Hanover, and Jake from OLG Slots and Casinos.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here this morning. I bring greetings from all of the members of Hanover Town Council and extend a warm welcome to Jake Pastore, Director of Municipal and Community Relations for OLG, and Diana Pasqua, Senior Manager, Municipal and Community Relations. We welcome the Ontario Lottery Gaming Corporation to Hanover. The OLG facility has been good for our town and good for our neighbors as well. The Hanover Slots have provided many jobs for the people of our area. There is a definite regional benefit to the OLG facility. Council continues to value our partnership with OLG, and we all benefit from the funding we receive on a quarterly basis. When the OLG opened in 2001, the decision was made by the Town of Hanover to use most of the OLG funding for capital projects. That policy remains in effect to this day. Hanover has been busy with several major construction projects this year. One such project is the reconstruction of 13th Street from 13th Avenue to 16th Avenue. $357,000 of OLG hosting funds has been earmarked for this capital project. When completed, this street will be welcomed by the area residents, Hanover Heights Community School, and by our Public Works Department. I would also like to thank OLG for their continued support of our community events, such as our Sights and Sounds Festival, the Hanover Fall Fair, and our Hospital Gala. Thank you for that. We hope you are finding Hanover to be a good host community and that our partnership remains strong for many years to come. Thank you. Let me just do this.
Great. I want to thank Mayor Sue and members of City Council and Brian, who is our main contact CAO in the Town of Hanover. We've had a great relationship with the Town of Hanover. A few years ago, we signed a new municipal contribution agreement with all of our host municipalities across all of Ontario. And as a part of one of the components of that new MCA is called the Community Recognition Program, the CRP. And that's what we're really here to do is we give an opportunity to all of our host municipalities to really talk about and recognize to the local citizens the benefits of what OLG is doing in communities across Ontario. And Hanover has been an unbelievable partner and a great example of how the community and the municipality, mayor and council have spent money on capital projects and in communities where the infrastructure is required, and they're using that money for start and finish type projects, which is phenomenal. That's not always the case in all the communities, but in Hanover, it's a great example of how we can how we shine the light on community recognition through the OLG funds that are provided every year. So I want to also acknowledge all of the hardworking employees that we have in Hanover because it's through their contributions, through their hard work at the site, that we're able to provide the funding to each of our host communities, especially here in the town of Hanover. So today I'm delighted that we're handing over, I think on this side, there it is. Let's flip it over.
Yes.
A big check for $357,000, 200 of which, again, the town of Hanover is using to build this great infrastructure here that you see us behind us, and utilize and help the citizens of the town of Hanover. And I think this is a great opportunity too for municipalities that are getting the OLG funds that are host to these to our facilities. They can actually look at capital projects that maybe would have taken 5 years to complete. Doing it in a year or a year and a half.
That.
Right. Yeah. They can get, and a lot of communities that aren't getting OLG funds are also having to be going out to actually borrow the money to be able to do infrastructure projects, whereby communities like Hanover that host one of our facilities are in a position, in a better financial position to be able to conduct this.
Yeah. It's good to get that financial support.
So OLG has a positive impact on our community, not just retail, but also economic development, and OLG keeps our tax rate minimal.
It's Adam Olivero again for What's Happening in Hanover. I'm now at the Hanover Library, joined by Norma Graham from the Hanover Library. And Norma, what kind of stuff is coming up in fall at the library?
Well, there's always lots of things going on at the library. We are going to welcome James Taff from Dundalk, who's going to be doing a 3D printer demonstration. He retired from working in plastics extrusion and has now created his own 3D printer, and he's going to do a demonstration for us, which would be really fun, and everybody will get to take home something. So it's aimed at, say, teenagers and adults. So the demo takes place on September 26th at 2 p.m, and the cost is $5 for non-members and $3 for library members. So we hope to see everybody come out for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. Oh, that sounds really cool. Okay, so September the 26th, everybody, mark your calendars, 2 p.m. What else is happening?
Well, October 17th, which is a Saturday, in the afternoon, we're welcoming back Dan Needles to do our writer's workshop this year. This will be the 5th year that we've done a writer's workshop here at the library, and it's always very successful. Dan Needles is the author of the Wingfield Farms stories, very successful novelist and playwright and columnist. And he also is an instructor at the Humber Creative Writing School. So he knows his stuff when it comes to teaching people about creative writing. So every year it fills up, and we limit it to 20 people for the session. So if anybody's interested in getting on the list for the Writers' Workshop, best get in soon. It's $20 per person for the afternoon, and we are able to keep it that reasonable because Hanover Honda is our sponsor for that event. So we are very grateful to Hanover Honda to allow us to keep it quite an affordable program.
And so they can get, obviously you encourage advanced purchase of those to make sure they can get in.
Yeah, you absolutely have to sign up in advance because it fills up, and we don't want to have disappointed people that we have to turn away at the door. So it's really important to get signed up beforehand.
Anything else happening at the library?
Well, it's a ways off, but November 5th in the evening, we are welcoming Barb Hicks, who's a lawyer here in town. She's going to be doing a workshop on estate planning. Now, that's not necessarily a topic that we want to think about, but it's one that it's really important that we do think about because we don't want to leave a mess for our kids and grandkids to have to mop up after we're gone. So it's very important to start thinking about this, and she's going to help guide us through the process of estate planning. And it's a complicated subject and a lot of ins and outs to it. So it's important to take these opportunities to to inform and educate people. This is a free program, and we just want people to come. So you don't have to sign up or anything.
Cool. And I'm sure for all those details, they could go to Facebook or Twitter or the Hanover Library's website.
Absolutely, yep.
Thank you so much for your time, Norma.
Thanks very much, Adam.
Here at the P&H Center in the Hanover Regional Aquatic Center with Adam Parsons, and Adam's from the Town of Hanover. And Adam, there's a lot of stuff happening in September here at the P&H Center and across the Town of Hanover with Parks and Rec, right?
There is, yeah. Our department's always very busy with Parks, Rec, and Culture. This time of year, we're working on outdoor parks and starting to think about putting ice in. Our ice in is usually about a 5-day process and will be available for users on September 8th. With that comes the return of the Hanover Barons for another season. Minor sports are always active with hockey, ringette, and figure skating. And we have public skating a few times a week where there's always sponsorship opportunities available as well.
So are you still looking for some sponsorship opportunities for that public skating?
We are. There tends to be good availability still at this time of year for prime time and get your name on to help out some of the fund some of the skating for your local residents.
Now, jumping back to the outdoor parks, an interesting park that's in development is the off-leash dog park. How's that coming along?
That's right, and that's a project that's being fundraised and driven by a volunteer committee. Getting close with the fundraising, actually, and we're still hoping to make that a 2015 fall development. We're about $10,000 away from our fundraising goal before we can break ground, and really still anticipating that we're going to reach that this year.
Now, one other thing I want to mention at the P&H Center that's always open, rain or shine, not 24 hours a day, but anytime the P&H Center is open, is the walking track and this exercise equipment around us. People can just come on in and use it, right? Yeah,
that's right. This is free to any resident of Hanover or anybody that finds our building and would like to get a little bit of fitness in through the day. It's open as long as the building is open from usually about 5:30 in the morning till 10, between 10 and midnight at night, depending on the season. You've got fitness equipment and a 200-meter walking track, and again, that's free and open for anybody in town to use.
What a great way to spend your day if it's raining outside or, heaven forbid, the winter comes soon and we've got snow or sleet, right?
Yeah, that's right. And it just provides those recreation opportunities and fitness opportunities at times of year, like you said, when it can be a little more challenging to find those outdoors.
So Hanover recently got some amazing grants to upgrade some of our facilities, Adam. Can you elaborate on those?
That's right. We got $25,000 from the federal government for age-friendly community planning. That $25,000 is going to be spent on needs assessment for the community, focus groups to help us understand what senior residents in Hanover are looking for in terms of recreation opportunities and fitness opportunities, and as well as the formation of a steering committee to help drive that program forward as it continues on into the year over year. We also had an exciting grant from the Toronto Blue Jays Care Foundation for some ball diamond upgrades. That was driven by Hanover Minor Baseball and with partnership from the Town of Hanover, where we're going to see a couple of diamonds get resurfaced, some new back catches on a couple of diamonds, and some dugout improvements.
Very cool. Wow. The Jays love doing that to these communities too. I mean, why not? It just fosters baseball in Canada, of course, right?
That's right. The more they can grow their base, the more they grow their fan base, and hopefully we see a few more Canadian players, and maybe someday one from the Town of Hanover might show up in a blue uniform at the Rogers Centre.
So Canada's 150th anniversary is coming up pretty soon, and they're giving out some interesting grants for those. Can you talk a little bit about what we received?
Yeah, absolutely. We received a fairly sizable grant from the federal government for improvements to the Aquatic Centre. We received 33% funding for the project at $116,000 worth of grant money, and the Town of Hanover supporting the other 66% of the project. That's going to go to a refreshment of the change rooms in the Aquatic Centre, some energy efficiency, upgrading some of the equipment on deck, and it falls in really nicely with the 20-year anniversary of the Hanover Regional Aquatic Centre.
Amazing to believe that it's actually been 20 years already.
Yeah, time passes so quickly.
Thank you so much for your time, Adam. And if anybody had any questions, where could they call or go to a website?
Hanover.ca, or you can call the Parks, Rec and Culture Department at 364-2310 extension 0, and it's a 519 area code.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
It's Adam Olivero for What's Happening in Hanover. I'm here at Lasting Memories Locker Room with Scott. Scott, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Now, Lasting Memories has a lot of unique things here. What kind of stuff do you offer at Lasting Memories?
Well, Lasting Memories, we're our kind of a specialty store. As you'll see going around, we have a lot of hats. For the art supplies, we have Cobble Hill puzzles, paints, everything you need an artist or a basic to a professional. We have the custom framing as well. And when you're a sports fan, you pretty are crazed about anything. So, yeah, we have a lot of different collectibles that way. So, yeah.
I was going to say, too, that the neat thing about the sports memorabilia is you try to keep all the teams in stock, not just, say, the Maple Leafs or the Argonauts or it's a certain NFL team. You try to keep everything in stock. So if you're looking for that unique item, like I'm a Colorado Avalanche fan, and I come here because I know you're going to have those pieces.
Yep, yeah. We know it in here. There's a fan from any team out there, and now that we have our website, we ship pretty much anywhere. Like last Christmas, we shipped to Australia of all places. Oh. That who would have known that there's a Toronto Maple Leaf fan in Australia? Like, yeah, we like to offer pretty much any team, any sport, just to be able to accommodate that person that comes in for that team. So yeah.
And another interesting thing to look at is some of the autograph memorabilia you have here too, right?
Yeah, autographs. They're all representable companies that we get them from. They all have certificates where I know online they say you have to watch it. Your company's in that. They have said that 90% of it is fake online, whether it's true or not. But if it's baseball, hockey, football, we have your guy that you cheer for, that we can always get an autograph that way. Yeah, pucks, photos, jerseys. We have bats as well. So yeah, it's something different. Yeah.
And one last thing I wanted to talk on too was your sister who co-runs the store with you. Yes. She does hand custom drawing work too, right?
Yes, pencil, charcoal and pencil work. A lot of commission work at Christmas. She's very, very detailed work. She loves the pencil drawing. So yeah, it's something that she's very passionate about. So
people are free to come in and consult with her, and she can make that unique present, right?
Oh, yeah. Everyone's looking for unique items that, she can definitely... Portrait work, she's not really a fan of, but if you have an old Mustang or an old cottage or something, she can definitely draw that for sure for you. Yeah.
So, Scott, you have an interesting event coming up that's in October, too. What's happening on October 24th?
October 24th, we're going to have the pleasure of Toronto Maple Leafs legend Johnny Bower coming to the store from 12 to 2 to sign autographs for his fans. Tickets will be $10 per autograph. Lots of hype so far with that. Toronto's not really had per se a Hall of Famer in the area. I know the alumni has been in town, but not a player of this caliber.
So there's no, you pay beforehand or just $10 when you come here and he can sign as many as he can do kind of thing?
Tickets are available now, kind of a pre-order. There's actually going to be only 300 pre-order tickets available. It's kind of hard to know how many autographs John's going to sign in 2 hours, so we're going to offer the 300, and if there's time available for people after that, he will most likely be signing autographs after that time limit, but it's hard to know how many he can actually sign in a 2-hour time limit.
So going back to the art supply, Scott, there's you guys carry a wide selection of first canvases, right?
Yeah, canvases, surprisingly enough, we offer 48 by 48 basically wall-size canvases all the way down to your 8x10s. We have a lot of beginners in the area that have gone out of it for a few years, that have basically just wanted the basic kits to get back into it. So we offer drawing, oils, acrylics, watercolor, basic kits to pads to full sheets, a lot of different basically stuff that you need to get started. And definitely the professionals, we have a lot of oil paints, pencils, you name it, we have it for you kind of thing. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Scott. Now, just before I go, what's the website and phone number so people can look up more information?
Our website is www.lastingmemorieslockerroom.com, or our phone number here is 519-364-0909, and our address is 318 10th Street, Hanover, Ontario.
Thank you so much for your time, Scott.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's Adam for What's Happening in Hanover. I'm at Johnny K Sports now, just beside the banks in downtown Hanover. I'm here with John, the owner. And John, thanks for being on the show this month.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And you have a specialty sports store here. It's well known in the area. What kind of stuff do you carry here at Johnny K Sports?
Mostly hockey. Hockey's our big season. We have baseball, soccer. We have a big amount of Under Armour apparel and a lot of teamwear too.
Cool. And so if your average hockey player in the area was looking to get some equipment or get started, they could definitely come here and get outfitted, right?
Yeah, for sure. We have some nice little starter kits for the kids that are 3 and 4 years old. And we cater to old timers, people playing junior hockey, senior hockey. There's quite a bit of variety here in this area for sure.
And it's a one-stop shop too, because you can also do skate sharpening here, right?
Yeah, we can sharpen your skates, repair your skates. Sometimes your skates will bend, and we can straighten them back up. And it's a specialty we offer here.
And that's the one nice thing about your shop is it's a local shop. You know the area. If you know what the players need in the area, right? It's nice as opposed to going to a big box store, we were saying. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite things in the store is knowing most of my customers that come in the store, where they play, what league they're in, how they've done, and it's a good conversational piece. Coming in the store, we have some background. We can talk about certain things and just being able to help them get on their way.
Cool. Well, I know in September we're going to be looking forward to hockey season getting started. Like you said, that's going to be your big thing, and I really appreciate you coming on the show. Just before we go, what's the phone number and website if people wanted more information?
Yeah, phone number is 519-364-3927, and you can get us at johnnyksports.com.
Thank you for your time, John.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Take care.
I'm here at the Launchpad Center now with Adam Ward, from the president of the Hanover Chamber of Commerce. And Adam, first of all, the Chamber is celebrating a big anniversary in September, right?
Yes, for sure. We're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year, which is very nice because we're help supporting and promoting local businesses, and it's our 60th anniversary.
And you're doing kind of a special meeting that we want people to keep their eyes out for the 60th, right?
Yeah, we're just finalizing details for that, but it'll be a local gathering, multi-chamber meeting at the ULG slots, so there'll be lots of details coming out shortly.
Cool. Now, another big event that happens this September for the Chamber is the Chamber's Golf Tournament. When's that happening?
Yeah, our annual golf tournament is always a fun time. It's Wednesday, September the 9th at Whispering Hills. We tee off, I believe it's at 12:30, and it's usually a full event and a full day of fun networking and socializing with local businesses.
Now, the last thing, if people are wondering why we're at the Launchpad Youth Technology and Activity Center, what does the Chamber have to do with it? You guys have graciously provided some equipment for them here.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, we love celebrating our youth and giving back to our youth, and hopefully our youth stay in our community for local communities or for local jobs. But we've also donated some software to the laptops so they can come in and use the laptops and the software we provided for them.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on 60 years of the Hanover Chamber of Commerce, Adam.
Thank you very much.
I'm still here at the Youth Technology and Activity Center, now with Savanna Schaus at Launchpad. Of course, that's the name of it. And Savanna, something really exciting, you can kind of see it behind us, is the new logo. There's signage now.
Yes, we have signage on the building so people can finally find where we are at 612 10th Street. But we want to say a big thank you to Simon Blakeney and Destiny Kiefer, who collaborated to design this logo.
Very cool. Yeah, we had them on a previous What's Happening show, and they were really excited that was the logo that got chosen. And it was really nice that Destiny was able to sit with him and help him design it.
It was. It's nice to see our plans come to fruition, because we've always thought of the center as a great place for mentorship and where technology will be passed down through generations and absorbed through teaching and through just trying new things. So to see that actually happen, where Simon came to us with a draft and then Destiny helped him tweak it and taught him really good skills that she learned when she went away to school, because she's a registered graphic designer here in Ontario. So it's really nice to see her be able to pass that knowledge on and him absorb it so quickly. He did an amazing job.
Very cool. Now, one thing we want to mention is you mentioned the address, but just so people know, it's right across from the Tim Hortons, right beside the Chrysler dealership here in Hanover, right?
That is correct. We are right on the corner. We've got a great corner lot. We are beside Hanover Chrysler, across from Tim Hortons and Canadiana Motel. You can't miss us.
And the fee, if somebody wants to join, I believe it's just if a youth between the ages of 12 and 18, just $5 a year, right?
That's correct. $5 a year. That comes with your USB stick so that you can save everything that you're doing on the computers. And that's all it is. We wanted to make sure that this is absolutely inclusive and available to our youth.
And there's more things here to do. We're standing in kind of an art section right now, so you can come here and just do some painting or creative work. Then we've got the computers to do some graphic design work or video editing. And if a youth, say the Grey Bruce Youth Film Festival is coming up, if the youth want to come here and edit a film, they're welcome to do so as long as they register?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. We're open from 3:30 to 8, Tuesday to Friday. So come on in, get your membership filled out, and then use our Mac computers. They are here. They are fully loaded. We want to thank the Bruce Grey Catholic District School Board for putting all of the Adobe programs on it. We've got Final Cut on it because that was your request. So our computers are loaded. There are 8 of them. They're ready to go, and they're here for them to use.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Savanna.
Great. Thank you, Adam.
I'm here at the food dock now, and we've got Kim and Brittany here. And Kim, the owner of the business, what do you guys offer here, first of all, at the food dock?
So we have a small plant-based menu. We offer lots of juices, lots of smoothies, mainly. We offer raw vegan desserts and treats and breakfast. We're open 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., Monday to Friday for now. And we have our lunch and dinner menus, have 2 different kinds of spring rolls, a couple different kinds of quesadillas, and then we feature a special that changes with the days of the week. We have a lot of theme days like Taco Tuesdays, and thank God it's Thai Day, so come on in on Fridays for your pad Thai. And yeah, so you'll notice that our smoothies have some interesting names. Triple Berry Bypass. We've got the Mango Muscle Relaxa Colada, Banana Nausea, which features banana and ginger. Ginger's a really good tummy calmer if you're ever feeling nauseated. So we tried to stick with medical themed, like the medical theme, just to spread the message to people that food is medicine. And
the one thing I thought was the Chocoholic one, Chocoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, Chocolateholics Anonymous. So yeah, chocolate can be a little addictive, so I thought that just seemed to be perfectly suitable name for that. And
you're offering other things here too. You were mentioning before we got started that the theme of the restaurant is to keep it local as you can, right?
Yes, so we want to keep everything local and plant-based as much as we can. Our goal is not to promote vegetarianism, but to promote more plant-based eating in people's everyday diet. And there's lots of other restaurants in Hanover where you can buy meats of all kinds, but there's not very many places where they have gluten-free options or vegetarian options. So we wanted to make a place where everyone can eat. And
And the other thing that's neat too is you're going to try and sell some local produce here that's produced in the area. You were mentioning honey, coconut oil, those kinds of things.
Yeah, so we want to try to promote other local businesses by selling their products, also other farmers. So like like you said, the coconut oil, honey, the maple syrup, and really just to promote people eating less sugar in their diets and showing them that you can make wonderful things with natural ingredients rather than refined sugar from the store. Yeah. So
for sure. And now just so people know, you're in the T-Zone building on 7th Avenue, just down from the main down street, right?
Yes.
And just what's the, first of all, people could probably, the easiest way to get a hold of you is just to follow you on Facebook, right?
Exactly. We're almost at 400 likes, and we've only been open for 3 days, so that's awesome. Thank you, Hanover, and all our followers out there. Hopefully we get lots more, and that lots of people hear about us.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Kimmy.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much for watching What's Happening in Hanover. Again, I'm Adam Olivero, and if you ever want to get on the show or you have an interesting event or a business coming up, make sure you contact us. You can get a hold of me at 519-506-9502 or email community@wightman.ca. We'll look forward to seeing you next month on What's Happening in Hanover.
Thank you for listening and watching What's Happening in Hanover. Brought to you by the Town of Hanover, Hanover Chamber of Commerce, 91.3 FM Bluewater Radio, and Wightman TV. What's Happening in Hanover is heard on 91.3 FM Bluewater Radio at 6 p.m. Wednesdays and showing daily on Wightman TV, Channel 6.